CMC family, kingdom greetings. Kingdom greetings. My lighting is not good today at all. Wow. All praises. Well, you can see what time it is. I guess I'm going to use this hand. You see what time it is. It's 9:30 in the morning here, my time, East African time. And, well, the sun is still rising. So I still have the shade of the sun going on with me, but I wanted to come and deliver this message as it was given to me, in spite of what the lighting looks like at this time. I don't know if I turn the camera any which way in any direction, what would happen. But nevertheless, I want to come and speak on this topic that was given to me. So I want to say to you, Grand Rising, Kingdom Greetings, Great Awakening. Welcome to the transitioning table where we are transitioning from what you call it, one kingdom to another kingdom, from one religion to awakening. Is so many different aspects of the transitioning table, transitioning from being married to being single, from transitioning from being in Christianity into the awakening. It's so many different aspects of transitioning. But please forgive me in terms of this lighting. My lighting is definitely not good at all. And you can see the glare of the sun. The sun glare is truly shining in. But nevertheless, I give thanks and praise to the Most High, to the Divine Creator for affording me this opportunity to come before you one more time in spite of the lighting situation. But I still want to be able to go forward and to share this message. Maybe this is the way the Divine Creator intended it for us to receive this message, because we're operating in a dual world. This does make sense for real. You know, two different kingdoms that are in operation. Yeah, so this really speaks of the contrast of two different kingdoms that are in operation right now. And I think that is where we're going to go in terms of this message today. And so I trust that it will encourage, it would help somebody along their journey in their transitioning to come into a fuller understanding of where they're at, and to be able to better align themselves with where they're going, and knowing that your transition is not just what you call it, a one-time thing. It's just not one and done kind of situation, but your transitioning is a continuous expansion of who you are, who we are as a people. And one word I'm really, really getting into this kingdom, and understanding the kingdom, and understanding the power we have operating as a kingdom versus we're operating from a governmental perspective, or operating from what we call this world, the world system and stuff like that. So, like I said, this lighting gives me a perfect contrast of the two different kingdoms that are in operation at the same time, parallel. So you can see the light on one side of me here, light on one side of me here, and then the darkness on the other side of me here. And I think it also, in contrast, the fact that the sun is now rising in the east as the west is still in their nighttime, and so it is imperative that we truly continue to seek, because we use so many of the English words that we have been taught, and never getting the full meaning of them, the root, or where the origin of these words come from and stuff like that. And so we tend not to go any deeper. And so when it comes to the kingdom, um, we get this word enter. Okay, we get this word enter, and we can enter into a door. But if we only enter the door and stand at the door, that's the gist of it right there. You get to see nothing else in that building, in that house. Um, if if you just enter the door and that's it. But if you enter in and then you go a little bit further, you start to explore. And that's where I want to get at with this message today. I want to get to the place where as we come into this awakening and we just stood at the door, we let people dump into us their opinions, their ways of thinking, what they've researched, what they study, coming back to again to what we did when we were in Christianity or Muslim or Islam or whatever other way, wherever else we were, we allow people to tell us this is what it is. So we just enter the door and we don't explore. And I want to encourage you, just as I'm encouraging myself, to go a little bit deeper. I mean, I know Nabi Jonathan. I appreciate him. I hear when I say go a little deeper, I hear that. That's just who I hear when I hear go a little bit deeper. Um, we need to go a little bit deeper. We need to explore someone. Remember, I said now this light is showing the contrast between two different kingdoms, right? Here in Kenya, we're in the daytime and more in the rising of the sun, and then in the Western world, in America, in the Caribbean, you are at nighttime, or I should say, and so that's the contrast that the Most High is bringing to you at this very particular moment. And so don't just enter into the awakening, but he's saying, now I need you to explore. I need you to go deeper. I need you to understand there's more to the kingdom, there's more to the awakening than just entering the door and just accepting what I may say, what Nabi Jonathan may say, Kephas may say, whoever, all these other persons that are part of this awakening may say. There is so much more, and that's what I'm learning as I'm exploring. But when it comes to the kingdom, Christianity taught us we must wait to die to go to the kingdom, to go to heaven and stuff like that. When in actuality, the whole earth, the whole domain of the earth, the whole affairs of the earth was a kingdom that was given to us. And we gave up our right when we allow colonization to happen. It is what it is. When we allow Christianity and Islam and religion, let me put it like this, we allow religion become our center, our focal point, our dictator on how we live and stuff like that. And when it came to the kingdom, because we have no, because we just went on based on what we was taught and told, we never explored anymore. We never went any deeper. We just took what they feed us, what they give us to drink. We take it, we drink it, and that's it. And let me tell you something. I'm not a medical doctor. I'm not giving any medical advice, but I've learned that the best tea now is a lot of back to my roots in terms of the herbal teas, the soursop leaf and the lemongrass, the lemon leaf and the lemongrass or fever grass, some people call it. These are some of the best teas now that helps you understand, rejuvenate us. Some helps take away some of the aging off of us and stuff like that. So we need to get back to our roots, get away from their manufactured teas and coffees and stuff like that. Yeah, but I'm not giving medical advice. You too, please know that that's just information purposes and that's it, not medical advice. But coming back to the kingdom, and this is how we live inside the kingdom. And so the Most High, the divine creator, the divine creator wants us to explore. He wants us not only just to enter into the awakening and just take what persons say to us, but he wants us to explore. You'll have to enter as you have entered into this awakening, you have to explore, you have to go deeper, you have to want more, you have to know that there is more, to know that you have full occupancy, you have full rights, you have full dominion, you have full control of your destiny. You have the power in you, invested in you, to live the life that you choose, you want to live. But it's all up to you. If you keep on depending on somebody else to make it happen for you, then it's going to happen according to them, according to how they want it for you, according to how um, they think you should have. You understand? It's like somebody was told to give you $100,000, but they decide that she don't deserve or he don't deserve 100,000. I'll just give them 50. Now you don't know. They were told to give you 100,000. So when they give you the 50, you just thank you so much, thank you, because that's what you're grateful for the 50, not knowing that they were told to give you 100,000. And so until you explore and you go deeper into this awakening, you will realize how much more you're entitled to. You will realize how much more you are entitled to the deeper you go. There's some construction going on, so please excuse the noise in my background. You have been bestowed upon. How much more has been bestowed upon you? How much more you've been presented with? When you enter in and you start to explore who you are, the powers that is inside of you, when you explore, when you speak and you command the elements, you command and you tell, you will realize how powerful you are. But a lot of times I realize that religion has conditioned our minds to always look for approval from outside of ourselves. That's another problem. Religion has conditioned our minds to always look outside of ourselves, look outside of ourselves, the enemy of my soul, the enemy, and not look for the inner me that could dominate, take full control, recover access that any exterior voice may have gained inside of you. So there's this one script from the book that I wanted to share, and and I think it's like it's Luke, in the book of Luke 22 verse 29, somewhere around there anyway, and it talks about, and I appoint unto you a kingdom. And this is quote unquote the JC that they say, well, we know it wasn't him, but anyway, the Messiah. As it was given to me, the Father had I appointed unto you. And so what he's trying to say, the kingdom, it's time for the kingdom to be restored. And the kingdom is not external, it's internal. And a lot of times, because we've been taught, we've been restrained. I'm trying to find the words that are appropriate to say in terms of conditioning. We've been conditioned to think externally. We've been conditioned to look to our government. We've been conditioned to look to our pastor, apostle, prophet, bishop, teacher. You understand? We've been conditioned to these external voices to dictate, to tell us what to do, how to do it, when to do it, where to do it, instead of look at them as voices of pointing in directions to help us to go explore some more who we are. I want to be the voice of reasoning with you. I want to be the voice that challenges you to go and look deeper inside of yourself. Not to come looking to me or somebody else for your answers, but to be able to go within yourself and allow the divine creator to awaken, to quicken your spirit. Because I know that particular spirit said, When you seek me with your whole heart, you will find me. When you seek the truth with your whole heart, you will find it. It may not come like how you expect it to come. It may cause you to cry. It may cause you to be like, whoa. It may cause you to pull back and like, ah. But you need to explore the truth. You need to explore this awakening to a deeper level too. You need to explore the development and the building of this kingdom at a higher level. Don't just enter in and sit at the door and that's it. Enter in and explore every avenue. It's like when you go on vacation, don't just go on vacation and go to your hotel room and stay in your hotel room. And the hotel has, especially all inclusive, right? It's all inclusive. The kingdom is all inclusive. Everything is there for you. But if you just decide to just stay in your room and just enjoy the room service and the minibar inside your room, you've not explored the hotel. You've not enjoyed the 5 restaurants that is there. You've not enjoyed the pool that is there. You've not enjoyed the entertainment that is there. You've not enjoyed the beach that is there. You've not enjoyed the free exploration, the free excursions to go and see places that the hotel offers. And that's how this awakening is. This awakening is all inclusive, right? When you come in, but it's so much to explore. So much to explore, family. And so the Most High, the divine creator, and some of us, we say our ancestors, some of the things that we are experiencing, my grandmother didn't experience coming to Africa. My great-grandmother didn't experience it. My grandfathers, my grandmothers, they didn't experience. My mother didn't experience it. My father didn't experience it. Like I said, excuse the noise. They're having some construction going on. They didn't experience traveling to the extent that I am. I'm exploring who I am, even at a greater level, who we are as a people at a greater level. They only did as far as they could have comprehend. And so the Most High is saying to us now, I need you to seek more, to know that there's more to me. And this is what is always, I think from 1996, this word, this phrase, this saying has been with me. There's more to me than this. And every time I go deeper, I hear that word, that phrase every so often. There is more to me than this. There's more to me than this. And I want you, family, to understand, and understand that there is more to the divine creator. Okay, I don't know what's going on. But anyhow, I freeze for a moment there. But there's more to this awakening than this. There's more to life. There's more to this world. There's more to this earth. There's more to the kingdom. And what I realize is this: whoever tells the story from their perspective. I was listening to somebody today, and they was trying to say all the hieroglyphics is Paleo-Hebrew. And I'm like, seriously? Paleo-Hebrew is something that is younger than the hieroglyphics. Paleo-Hebrew is a bit to some other ancient languages that was here. You know, and so I just want us to seriously go deeper in our exploring of the awakening, exploring of the kingdom. How can you manifest the life that the Most High had, the divine creator had intended to you to come here and experience? What is it that you came here to experience? Ask yourself, go within. Go within, ask yourself, what is it I came here to experience? What is it what's my purpose? You know, what am I supposed to be enjoying? What am I supposed to be doing at this time? Am I just supposed to be on a job just over broke? Am I supposed to just get married, have children, and that's the end of my life? What else am I supposed to be here doing? And that's what you need to really explore. I mean, so many of us, we just play it safe and we stay right on the shoreline. We refuse to put our feet, we put our feet in the water, but we refuse to go any further than the shoreline of the beach. We just want to be, I just want to know. You know that song? I think who it was who sang the song. I think it's Dietrich Hadding or somebody sing the song. Just want to make it to heaven. But now that you know that ain't it, do you just want to be awoke and that's it? You don't want to enjoy life. You don't want to experience life. You don't want to, I mean, I know I see the crumbling of the system. It is the system that is crumbling. It is not the world. Let me say this again. I can say this. Can I say this? It is not the world that is crumbling. It is just the systems of the world. This world is a world without end. Let me step back and say that again. This world is a world without end. It is only the system that is crumbling. And then you will see a restoration of true restoration of a kingdom. Or can we put it like this? Kingdoms being established, re-established, I should say. Because the kingdoms are here still. But they need to be re-established. Where their citizens suffer no lack, that they will have common wealth. Everybody will be able to be sustained and maintained and enjoy life. So, family, don't be just content with just being awoke. Explore. Don't just be content with just entering in. Explore. Explore. You have been bestowed with power. You've been endowed with power. You've been extended the ability to do so much more. And I hope, I trust, I know many of us are going to leave a great mark. We're going to leave a great mark in this before we transition to the next. Because if we truly understand, overstand, we do not, this flesh dies. But we as a being, we don't die. We live to live. We exit this realm and we go into another. These are the things that Christianity won't teach you. This is the things that religion will not teach you. Some religions do though. But because we've been so indoctrinated in some of our belief system and some of our dogma is so strong, it's hard to get our people to think outside of the religion that they have been indoctrinated in. And anything outside of their belief or their knowledge, let me say what they know, anything outside of what they know becomes taboo because they refuse to explore. They refuse to open the doors and do. I remember one time, years ago, many years ago, I think it's like in 2011 or somewhere around there, 2011, a friend of mine, I was telling them that I was reading the lost books of Moses. I think it was I was reading at the time. Somebody had sent me PDFs on the lost book of Moses. And I told them I was reading those books. Oh, don't read those books. They can send you crazy. And being who I am, I defended my rights to read what I want to read. But I did not get to finish reading any of them. You understand? I started, but I didn't finish because I became engulfed with religion there again. I'm busy. And so I didn't get to finish reading them. But I realized once again, this is where now the book of Joshua, the Apocryphas, and all these other books came into being, came into place. Whereas, because of religious dogma, because of their religion, our religion at the time, we didn't want to see outside of Christianity. We didn't want to read anything that was not the Bible. If it ain't the King James 1611 Texas Receptors Bible, then don't read it. Not understanding that that was only the entrance. Your religion was only the entrance. But you get stuck. We get stuck in our religion. And so, time to now explore, time to go deeper, time to search out, you know, time to to know that there's more to the kingdom, there's more to this awakening than just being Bantu. Just it's so much more. It's just so much more. I wish I could have a, would you call it, a live discussion, whereas we could just sit around and really get into some intense discussion, conversation. You understand? Not debate, just conversation that we could, our minds can now come alive more, and the downloads can become more, and we could be able to share, and our energies will be able to feed on and encourage one another and strengthen one another. And you will not be afraid to say, well, wow, I look into the universe, and I look into the Anunnakis, and I look into the Greys, and I look into this thing, and I look into the next thing. You've been exploring. See, that's what exploring is. Exploring is getting to know that there's more to this world than just being melanated. There's more to this world than just being Caucasian. Some of our gifts are coming alive, and we're seeing people for who they truly are, beyond the skin that they're in. And these are things a lot of people are afraid to speak about because they don't want their families, or they don't want their spouse, or they don't want their children, or, you know, they don't want their colleagues or anybody know that they're seeing more than they see. They're hearing more than they're hearing. They're going deeper than they've ever been before. So I encourage you, family, love each and every one of you. The kingdom is at hand. It's being restored, whether we like it or not. Earth is purging and cleansing herself. So a lot of the things that we're seeing happen, not everything is man-made. Yes, some people are doing some crazy stuff, but at the same time, they can only do so much. And at the same time, the earth itself is what we used to quote the scripture. We used to quote this: earth is groaning for the manifestation. What is groaning? Making noise, shifting, shaking. But this world we're in is a world without end. So when people say the end of the world, no, it's the end of an age. It's the end of an era, like an end of a season. That's what's happening. It's an end of an era, an end of an age, an end of a dynasty. It's what is happening now. The end of a system. That's what happened. So a lot of us are living through the end of a system, like the story they gave us with Moses and leading the children across to the promised land. Some had to die in the wilderness, and then only a set that was not contaminated by Pharaoh, by that Babylonian system, made it over. So yeah, there's a shaking going on. There are lives being lost. I'm going to say lost. I can't say lost. Lives are transitioning. Maybe that's a part of their path. And I don't want to sound insensitive because I am an empath. I am very sensitive to people's hurting, people going through, and all the different stuff. Um, but there again, because I'm exploring, I didn't just enter and I'm sitting there and that's it. I'm exploring now and realizing that there are some paths that some people have chosen for themselves to experience here in this earth realm. And so, yes, I'm empathetic in terms of the way they're going and stuff like that. Sometimes some people choose the way they're choosing to leave, and sometimes not so much choosing to leave, but having to leave. Um, I'm really, really sorry about that. But at the same time, too, we have to continue. We cannot stay shut up in our homes and not impact lives, be the change we want to see. And so the kingdom is being restored, the kingdom is being cleansed and purged. Um, we have entered into a new era, a new time. More is being explored, I mean, exposed in terms of even the system, the solar system that we thought was only one sun and one moon. Yeah, that's a story for another day. Just so much is being exposed and revealed to us outside of what they've taught us. And that's why the Most High say to tell my people, don't just enter, start to explore, start going into various other areas and finding out, because everybody has a piece of the puzzle. Everyone has a piece of the jigsaw puzzle. No one person has the whole totality. Everyone has a piece of the jigsaw puzzle. Everyone is a part of it. The chess game, as we know it, is fashioned after this system. There are many pawns in the game. Many pawns in the game that are being used to make clearance and clear way for the king and the queen to be able to move around the board. This kingdom is strategic. This move is great. But it calls for you to explore. It calls for you to go deeper in your research. It calls for you to go deeper in the way you think and the way you see things. It calls for you to open up yourself to more. It calls for expansion in your understanding. It says, what? In all our getting, get what? Wisdom. But in order to get wisdom, in order for you to get wisdom, you gotta get knowledge first. You gotta get knowledge. Knowledge is just seeking information. Knowledge is just information. That's knowledge. And then when you get that knowledge, you start to gain understanding from that knowledge. Okay, what is this? What is all these different things that is going on and stuff like that? What is planetary shift? What is climate? They talk about climate change and stuff like that, but we know what's happening. You understand me? Don't just limit yourself to sticking your head in the sand and oh, I'm Bantu and oh, I'm awoke and that's it. Getting knowledge is the first step. Now, understanding and understanding that knowledge is the second step. Knowledge that you have, with the understanding that you have, that gives you the wisdom. Knowledge, understanding, and applying it gives us the wisdom. How do I apply this knowledge that I've obtained? Where do I put it in the puzzle? Because it will all come together. It all come together. But it's a bigger picture. It's a bigger puzzle. It ain't just what you call them, those little small puzzles that you get in first grade, 10-piece puzzle or 15-piece puzzle. It's billions of pieces. Yes, and billions of pieces. So that's why it calls for exploring. Don't just enter in and not explore, not go deeper, not seek more. Don't just be one and done and be content. They teach us, and whatsoever state you in, therewith to be content. No, that contentment meaning, guess what? I'm okay with not being okay, but I want to know more. There's more to the Most High, there's more to the divine creator, there's more to this life that we are living than what we're living. Let's explore. Let's go deeper. Let's be open to learn, to hear. One time ago when I was in Christianity, you didn't want to hear nothing about Islam. You didn't want to hear nothing about Muhammad. You didn't want to hear nothing about seven, depending on the denomination that you was in. Whether you was inside 7 Days Adventist or Jehovah Witness or Anglican or Catholic, all of us denominations, but all of us religion. And so when you inside a particular denomination of religion or belief system of religion, you didn't want to hear from nobody else. You don't want to hear what nobody else had to say. But now, in this time that we're in, we enter into an awakening. We enter into a place where as we're taking down the walls and the barriers that separated us, we got to be open to hear, quick to hear, and slow to speak. Quick to hear, and slow to speak. Hear what they're saying. Analyze what they're saying. Take what's for you and disregard the rest waiting for you. Or put a pin in it. I won't say disregard it. Put a pin in it until later. Because we don't know when later comes. If something that was said is going to be needed to fit right there in that part of your journey. Oh, I remember me and so had this conversation and she said or he said, let me now take this and put this in, apply this here and see how this fit into the puzzle. Every little bit of information is going to make sense after a while. And you see it all. Because we say it, for the things which we see are temporal, but the things which we don't see are eternal. Meaning we don't see the spiritual realms, we don't see the other realms, but they're there. That's just basically what it means. The other realms are there. The other parallel worlds are there. The spirit world is there. We have dreams. We go into visions and we see these things. We see our future self in that palace, or we see our future self in that house, or we see our future self jumping over a bridge and flying in the air. We see ourselves in these parallel worlds doing these things. That's another story for another day. I appreciate all of you. I do. I thank the Most High for all of you. I don't take your time. I don't take you taking time out of your schedule to listen into the downloads that I get. I want you to know that you are greatly appreciated. I'm still here in Kenya doing our work. Looking forward to continuing to welcoming other fellow sojourners, diasporans home to the motherland. We're still making preparations here in Kenya for our community. I'm just eternally grateful to just be a forerunner, to be one of those that are here making a difference in the motherland among many others who are doing things in their various areas and their influence. We got people in Tanzania doing big things, people in Zambia doing big things, people in Uganda doing big things, people here in Kenya doing big things, but it's bigger than us. And so a lot of us are forerunners to make way and make preparations for others who will come. So when they come, they don't feel out of place. They know how to fit in and make the adjustments that needs to be made. Be able to settle in quickly with ease and without glitches, you know. That's basically it. So I thank you, family, for tuning in, and for those of you that were listening to this broadcast later here on the transitioning table, where we help transition our brothers and sisters from the diaspora home to the continent, or we assist in somehow, some way in terms of transitioning from one country on the continent to the next country. We will soon not have these borders, and moving around will be even much more easier because we will be operating on a kingdom system. It's coming, family. And trust you me, it ain't as long as you think. Yeah, it ain't as long as you think. The transitioning of moving from this, what you call these things, colonizer system to kingdom system, mark my word, it is happening. It isn't about to happen, it's happening. And it's going to be kidogo, slowly to some, but swift for others. So take care of yourself, live life on purpose, by purpose, for purpose, and know that you are loved and appreciated by this woman right here. Much love, family. Take care of yourself. Once again, don't just enter into this awakening, explore. That's the message. Don't just enter into the awakening, explore. Much love.